Hello PSI Gamer fans, and welcome to Rimworld. So there's a new Rimworld update. It's pretty good. I've played it a bit, and I had a pretty good idea. For a new kind of challenge series, so I'll explain in a second. If you want to play along, I'm just going to be using the seed Toad, and I'll do 50% globe coverage. And I'm just going to add one of every faction for the completion. Alright, so let's just do like a random site. Temperate Forest. I think this seems pretty good. It's flat, it's got a creek. 50-day growing period. We can always move if we don't like this place. You can make like your own, you can use these presets to decide your whole belief system, but I'm going to make like a custom one. So I'm just going to do like ideological, and we're going to be raiders, we're going to be cannibals, and finally, we are going to be supremacist. So my goal for this series is to make... Ooh, Teeth of Victory. I like that name. My goal for this series is to make a colony that is, at the beginning of the game, I'd like to be completely reliant on raiding other people to get all my resources. I'm not sure how sustainable this will be later on when I need to craft like advanced components and such, but we'll see if we can raid to get as much as we can. I don't think I'm going to edit this stuff too much. I mean, we've got like our Awoken Governor for our leader, we've got our Philosopher, we've got our Berserker and our Shopbringer, and we've got our Keepsake of Meat. That's a pretty good name for our relic. I'll change this one to be something other than an Eltec staff. We might want to have like a variety of relics. I'll make one that's like a gun. Sniper rifle. Zan Shadow, that's a pretty cool name. And I guess for weapons, let's just do none, because we're going to use all kinds of weapons. Alright, I think we should get into it. Let's pick our characters. Alright, so I think we've got our 3 colonists. We've got fighting people who can also do animals. And finally, we've got more of a general tasks guy, who can build things and he can make some meals for people. Anyways, I think we should get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to make like a little... We're going to make a little base for our people to stay in. It's not going to be anything fancy, but it's going to be comfortable. And since we have someone who's somewhat competent, we are going to grow a little bit of food in the form of some rice, because we may need it before we can actually pillage our first food. We are cannibals, but it also might be a bit before we get our first raid. We are playing on Cassandra Classic, losing as fun difficulty, by the way, so we will see how frequently we actually get raided. So we finished planting some rice plants. We're going to do some cotton now too, just in case we need like some winter clothes or something. And we also got this neat little kitchen set up. And so once we get our bedrooms done for all of our colonists, I think we'll have a nice little bandit camp set up. I also noticed that if you start as cannibals, all of your packaged meals at the start will be human meat meals, which is pretty convenient. I'm kind of guessing we won't be able to raid any people during this episode, but we do have a pretty good foundation set up so far for a nice little base. We'll probably move this kitchen around later on, and I think it'll look really nice. First major threat now. Mad Squirrel. This could be the end. You can see this cool new system they added in the update too, where you can drag your colonists and make them go in a line. It's just a squirrel, guys. It's only a squirrel, and of course, Jake ended up getting bitten. Self-tend time. Oh, he'll be good in no time. 49%. And now it's time to give our faction a name. And for this, I think I'll just do like a random name. If there's a really awesome comment suggesting some kind of name, I will maybe take that name instead. So if you have a very clever name for this colony, please leave it down below. In the meantime, Northwestern Hissum will be the name of our faction, and Hievehen will be the name of our settlement. We also have just about finished this research laboratory, so we can start on our first research project. And of course that will be drug production. To get ahead in this world, you gotta start making money, and you gotta get that money from somewhere. Hopefully before we finish researching drug production, Robertson can finish leveling up her plant skills so she can actually grow psychite, but I think she'll have time. First she's gotta smash up this car to get it out of the way. And to finish leveling up her plant skill, I'm just gonna have her cut down like all these trees. We're gonna need the wood at some point anyways. and I think she might as well get that plant skill up. Hessling, being the smart man in the colony, is going to start figuring out how to make drugs. So hopefully this will be helpful in the near future. Oh look, the whip men have come to pay us a visit. This is no man, and she's wielding no whip. Well, she kinda sucks. She's smart though. And if she doesn't survive, then we just get some food. Yes. Die. Die, you whip man, you. There's a bit of a scuffle happening. Oh, Robertson shot her right through the brain. Now we can feast. We also got a joint. Of course, before we can feast, we have to get some butchering happening. I'd also like to point out that after cutting down almost all of these trees over here, Robertson is finally level 6 in plant skill, and that means she can grow drugs, which is very nice. But first she's got to play horseshoes. And we will plant drugs, a crop of drugs as far as the eye can see. Right, and now Jake, the butcher, is going to get to work. Meat. And now Jake, the chef, can prepare the meat. Just make it into simple meals, but we're only going to use the special meat for these meals. There. Now we've got some food that isn't these packaged meals that we started with. Hey, we got a trader. We don't really have any trade goods, but we do start with a little bit of money. Yeah, kind of as I suspected, these people don't have anything we can afford. Some of this stuff is nice, but we're just not rich enough. We've also got all this rice that we probably aren't even going to eat because it's not human meat. We'll see. I think we can make fine meals with it. And now that all this rice harvest is out of the way, I think we're going to grow some more drugs. Now, I think there is kind of a big issue to be pointed out here, and that is the nearest people we can trade with are 7.5 days away. So, I don't know what we're going to do with all these drugs, now that I think about it, but I think we'll be fine. If more of these guys show up, we can sell it to them. They even left us a present. How nice of them. The Fleeing Duchess. We can become a yeoman. I think we might as well. I think we might as well make Hessling into a yeoman due to his superior social abilities. He's abrasive. Yeah, he's definitely not going to become a high enough title where that will matter. This warmonger shows up asking me for defense against a monkey. What kind of warmonger are you, Prue Lockhosness? Alright, line up. We gotta defend this weakling guy against a monkey. Watch out, the monkey's coming. You can use burden on the monkey. Oh, the monkey is dead. Alright, back to work. Alright, the shuttle's arrived. Goodbye, Prue. Hessling's gonna throw a party, too. It's a Prue is going away party. And everyone is invited, but Robertson's not coming because she's a night owl. It's just Jake and Hessling hanging out because they're glad that that stupid warmonger person left. Alright, we now have shining fields of psychite. And I don't even know what we're going to do with it because we can't really sell it consistently. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get like some colonists who can just carry it around for us who aren't as helpful. You know, like some drug mules. And then we can just have them make like the 7-day journey over there to get some cash. I think if we side with the Imperials, it's only a 2-day journey to this Imperial base. But you have to become a knight to trade with them, and that requires you to do a lot of random stuff for them, which can be annoying. I also think we might have to start cooking up some non-human meat because unfortunately for us, we ran out of human meat and we're running out of our packaged meals. Alright, so Hessling, I think I'm going to give him this role of Shotbringer because the only thing that it makes him not be able to do is he won't be able to cook, construct, grow, mine, plant, cut, smith, tailor, or craft. But he spends most of his time just researching, so I don't think this will affect him. And it'll give him a much better shooting ability if he's our shooting specialist. He can also do the marksman command to boost everyone else's shooting. I think that'll be important. There's also a fancy hat that he wants to wear, but because he's wearing a helmet and he's like a shooting specialist, he actually doesn't care about the hat. We've done it. We finished researching drug production. Now all that stands in our way is psychite refining, and then we can be in business. We're just going to tame up some of these Boomalopes. I mean, Robertson has like a level 17 animal skill. Apparently she's not very good at this. I'm just going to have her try tame all of them, because you can milk the Boomalopes for chem fuel. My goodness. You'd think that someone with a level 17 animal skill would be good at this, but apparently that's not always the case. Oh, she did it. Apparently it needs a pen though, so we're gonna have to build out a pen or it'll run away. I'll just give him a nice spot over here, behind everyone's bedrooms, and he can roam around and eat grass. It's the life. Jake will be the one to build it. Alright, we got this Boomalope. I think our pen is actually large enough to... Oh, you're kidding me. She had to get up for like 10 seconds to bring the Boomalope to its pen, and she couldn't handle it. Whatever, Hessling can do it. No, he can't. Alright, well, I guess the Boomalope is just gonna run around. She's gonna eat all of our food, because she had to get up during the daytime. She really is a gamer. Oh, it's not daytime anymore. But no, she's still gonna eat all the food. Wow, she really is eating all the food. She's had like 7 meals or something. I'm so glad we have Robertson in the colony. She literally stayed up all night just eating all of our food. You know, all that rice that, you know, she planted for the benefit of the entire community and then decided to eat all of it herself in one night. She's still eating it. We're actually gonna run out of meals. We had 22 simple meals the previous day, and now we have 2. I hate you, Robertson. Now can you actually go take the Boomalope to the pen? The thing you were supposed to do the last day? Jeez. These people. I can't stand you, Robertson. Robertson's gonna be the one who goes on long trips to sell drugs because I do not want to deal with her anymore. I hope Cassandra gets another raid because we need some meat. People are upset. And rightfully so. We got to milk the Boomalope already. We got this chem fuel. I think if we build one of these chem fuel generators, we can actually bring electricity to our base now. There, now we have power. These new lights look pretty cool too. Ooh, we have low food now. I wonder whose fault that is. Good thing we've got these berry bushes, I guess. Ooh, Robertson actually helped out. She got another Boomalope. What is this? It's a male Boomalope. I think that means we can have... No, they're both male. Well, they're not going to have any babies that way. We can start a whole Boomalope farm, though, if we do it right. Which is actually... This can be really helpful because Boomalopes aren't the most efficient thing, but you just feed them grass and then they make free chem fuel, so I think overall they're pretty worth it. This is an actual kind of threat because a lynx could kill people. It's much worse than a mad monkey or a mad rat. Jeez, you really can't shoot a lynx? It's a good thing we get people like Jake to block the lynx. Too bad he got hurt, though. He's a doctor. He'll be able to handle himself. And, of course, he got food poisoning from eating berries. But hey, at least the lynx will give us some food, so that's not horrible. The whipmen are back. Just in time, too. We really need more meat. Jake's probably not going to be much help during this fight since he's, like, dying of food poisoning and such, so we're just gonna ignore him. They're actually gonna prepare for a while, so I'm gonna wait for them at my base for better defenses. They're coming, and for some reason, Robertson is way in the middle of nowhere because she decided to try and tame a Boomalope. Robertson has been like the least helpful colonist I've ever had in this game. Oh, they're coming around. They are coming around this way. I'm not sure what they're exactly doing. Looks like they're trying to get in my business. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. You shot her in the spine. Now just melee attack. Oh, you killed her. You fools. Well, we got a cool gun out of it at least. That cool gun. It's not very good. More importantly, we now can make meat. Once Jake's done being food poisoned, I don't want him to work while he's this sick. You can't even tend to Hessling's bruise without throwing up all over the place. Because he ate some berries. PSA, never eat berries. You will die. Just like Jake did. We can see Hessling finally finished the research project for psychite refining. And so now we're going to make a little special room. We're going to put a nice little laboratory in here. We're just going to do some science. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for our drugs to grow, I think we should research something more important, like maybe microelectronics. because then we can do orbital traders. And I think that seems like a pretty good place to leave things off for this first episode. If you enjoyed this video, or you have any kind of feedback, please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to support this channel, I'd also like you to consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.